Godzilla Singular Point, the latest iteration of Godzilla that happens to be an anime series on Netflix. And it's very interesting because it is a drastically new take on Godzilla as a whole. And just FYI, everyone, I am going to be talking spoilers in this, so if you've not watched Godzilla Singular Point yet, you might as well click away. But I did want to kind of just, summarize my thoughts in this unscripted review of my impressions of this series. So, interestingly, Godzilla Singular Point has been a bit divisive for the Godzilla fandom because there are large swaths of the fandom who believe that this new, innovative take on Godzilla is brilliant, and there's another swath, a large swath of the fandom, who are completely bewildered by this show and who honestly think that it is just an amalgamation of poor writing, plot holes, and a whole variety of different things. And for me, I'm personally kind of in the middle because I can understand all of the criticism that this show has received, but I also really applaud that it is a drastically new take on Godzilla. This is the first instance we've seen Godzilla not being some sort of product of the nuclear narrative, which I thought was pretty unique. The whole premise of Godzilla Singular Point, my interpretation, mind you, since it's very complex, is the fact that time, in essence, is just this human concoction, and truthfully, time is kind of predestined, and that events are predestined, and that the past is the future is the past. So, like, it's this show is very much about, like, temporal science and how cyclical time tends to be in connection with the universe. My inner Star Trek fan, I love Star Trek. My inner Star Trek fan kind of nerded out about this show, but I do think that Star Trek does a better job at explaining, like, temporal mechanics and time travel and how everything is interconnected. Whereas Godzilla Singular Point, I think, expects the audience to kind of piece everything together with the few smattering of puzzle pieces that the show delivers us. Now, I think that looking at the themes of the show makes it a little bit clearer, like understanding that everything is connected and that the solutions to the problems these characters are currently experiencing in the show were figured out a long time ago and they've been evolving over time, so on and so forth. So, another aspect of the show, that being the singular point, is that it suggests that there are these different singular points within the Earth or on the Earth where, like, space and time converge, the past, present, and future converge, and sometimes these singular points take the form of just, like, temporal convergences or monsters. Like, Godzilla in the show is a singular point, and all of the conflict in the show centers around overcoming or preventing this thing called the catastrophe, which is kind of this nebulous thing that isn't really elaborated on. And essentially, I think it's assumed that Godzilla and the existence of Godzilla as being the singularity is the catastrophe. Now, my immediate questions about this show, like, because, like, truthfully, and I think this was the point of the show left us with more questions than it answered, and the very end of the show kind of reiterates that, like, yes, this problem has been solved, but more puzzles have been created as a result of this solution, suggesting that it is ongoing. So, if there is a second season to Godzilla Singular Point, I'm hoping that we get more answers, but I don't know what's going to happen considering the ultimate feedback that's been, received. So, like, this show, like, when it comes to the humans, there's a lot of human characters. There are two primary characters who are kind of investigating this whole singular point thing, but they are usually connected through, like, numerous conversations via text. So there are, like, very lengthy scenes where these two people are having text conversations, that got a little bit frustrating for me because it's like, okay, like, interesting. All this exposition is happening in these text conversations, but it's happening really, really fast and it's hard to keep track of. But if you... Okay, so I will say the most positive aspects of this show are Jet Jaguar. If you are a fan of that Showa era character, you will love Godzilla Singular Point because it centers around Jet Jaguar's evolution as a character. If you like Anguirus, the, of course, Showa character as well, you will love that Anguirus has a presence. Rodan gets a lot of exposure. My biggest pet peeve about the show, and this is strictly coming from the perspective of being a Mothra fan, yet again, Mothra by Toho has been relegated to being like this background thing that really doesn't exist. There are a couple of scenes where moths are seen flying, and they are said to be like a representation of a war that is coming, and these moths look exactly like Mothra, but they're like little itty-bitty Mothras, and it just really frustrates me because in the last anime film trilogy, Mothra is just relegated to being a fever dream, shadowy silhouette. In this, Mothra is just a flock of moths that fleetingly appear, and I'm kind of at this point where I don't think Toho really knows what to do with Mothra, but that's just my opinion. I'm going to be doing another video here in the next couple of weeks about this because it's, for me as a Mothra fan, it's getting really frustrating. But I digress. When it comes to Godzilla Singular Point, there are a lot of plot holes. There are a lot of questions that go unanswered, and it may frustrate you. But I do think it's worth the watch. I do think it's important to acknowledge and at least appreciate the fact that this is a new, interesting take on Godzilla. Do I think that it is a good way to introduce someone to the Godzilla franchise? No, because it's overly cerebral and it's difficult to follow. You have to really pace yourself while watching the show so you can assimilate all of the technobabble, so on and so forth. But ultimately, if I were to grade this as an entry in the Godzilla franchise on a letter grade scale, I would probably give it a B-. It is interesting. It appeals to my inner Star Trek fan that loves technobabble and loves time travel concepts and temporal science. There's some really good action sequences between the monsters. And Godzilla, for example, is Godzilla Ultima, I think that's what this version's called, is interesting. Very much like Shin Godzilla goes through these different evolutions. So, like, there are interesting, neat aspects of the show that do deserve celebrating, but I do think the experimental nature of the show, understandably, kind of loses a lot of people in the audience. So if there's a season 2, let's hope that maybe they manage to answer some of these questions. So anyway, if you've watched Godzilla Singular Point, share your thoughts down in the comment section, subscribe to my channel for more Godzilla content, and click the like button. I appreciate all support. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Bye.